In a world of total control, the heartbeat of love is a security breach. We often think of dystopian rebellion as blowing up buildings or leading armies, but the most dangerous weapon in a writer's toolkit isn't a bomb, it's a kiss fueled by love. Today we're looking at why romance isn't just a subplot in dystopia, it's a system error that can threaten an entire regime. We'll be using the timeless mechanics of Orwell's 1984 and the modern approach in Love is a Crime by Juno Maven to show you exactly how to write a romance that threatens the system. Stick around until the end of each section for an actionable step and a specific homework task to apply these tips to your own work in progress. Step 1. The world before the glitch. Before your characters meet, you must establish the normal. Just how bad is what they're in. In a dystopia, the system demands your full emotional energy and mental attention. It is restrictive and regimented, with no room for passion and creativity. In 1984, Big Brother doesn't just ban love, he tries to make the concept of it disappear. Orwell uses newspeak to limit the very words for love. In Love is a Crime, Maven uses the same sort of censoring to try and erase love and emotion, except that given to the system. Before the romance starts, show your readers what is being stolen. If the world is cold and efficient, the eventually warm romance will feel like a radical act of defiance. And bring depth and light into your world. Actional step. Identify one mandatory emotion your dystopian world requires, e.g. fear, worship, apathy, obedience, groupthink. Homework. Write a 200-word scene from your protagonist's point of view before they meet their love interest. Focus entirely on how they perform this mandatory emotion while hiding their internal world, an internal void. Detail, drudgery and boredom interspersed with the fear they face about stepping out of line and their longing for something more. Step 2. The subversive meeting. Now, let's look at the meeting. It shouldn't be a cute meeting. It should be a security threat. Think about Winston and Julia in 1984. Their first connection is a scribbled note that says, I love you. That very act, although done subversively, is terrifying and put them both in danger. And when Love is a Crime, the meeting of Maven and Juno is also high stakes. When Juno delivers a file to Maven, there is an instant spark between them, which they both can feel, but try desperately to control, in case their biometric alarms sound due to something irregular. The feelings, spark, and action of attraction itself is a crime because it reclaims individuality and threatens their compliance with the system. Meaningful human connection is threatening to the extreme to a dystopia. When writing a romance terrifying a dystopia, ask yourself, why is their attraction a glitch of the system that the system didn't see coming or was sure it had programmed out? Actional step. Your character's first real interaction must involve a shared risk. Homework. Design a meet danger instead of a meet cute. Write a scene where your characters have to trust each other with a secret within 30 seconds of meeting, or cover up their feelings and love spark before it is noticed. Step 3. Building the private world. So this is building the private bubble. To the system, your characters are just numbers or cogs, but to each other, they are everything. This is where you use the language of secrets. Use codes, glances, or shared silences. In your writing, focus on the intimacy that the antagonist can't monitor. This private world is the foundation of the eventual rebellion. How do lovers communicate when they are being watched? How do they circumnavigate the system so they can meet up? How does their private, passionate world feel compared to the dystopia? Do they dream about getting back there to their private world during their day when they're going through all this drudgery? Actional step. Create a code for your couple. It could be a literal code or a shared subtext in their public dialogue. Homework. Write a dialogue scene where your characters are talking about something mundane, like the weather or rations, but are actually saying, I'm here for you, through subtext. Also write a more risky dialogue of intimacy between the love interests when they are reasonably confident they are not being overheard or surveilled. Just imagine what you'd be like under those circumstances. Step 4. The weaponization. This is the most critical step. The antagonist eventually finds the glitch. Make sure you have scenes that show just how seriously this love threatens the system and why. In a great dystopian romance, the system doesn't just try to kill the lovers, it tries to use their love to break them and send the society a message. This is the moment of the forbidden choice. Will they betray each other to save themselves, or will their love remain the one thing that the system can't own? This is where the emotional stakes become the political stakes, and this happens in both 1984 and Love is a Crime, but more so in the latter. The ending in 1984 is not nice, and while love threatened that system, it did not win. However, in Love is a Crime, the ending, while not rosy, sparked something in the hearts of those trapped in this dystopia, and Maven and Juno's love did not die completely. You'll have to read the book to find out how. Good idea if you're writing a novel like this. I gave Love is a Crime 5 stars, but 1984 left me feeling empty, so 4 stars from me. The ending needs to be rewritten, in my opinion. The whole book lacks hope, but I guess it is a warning to us to never let the world become that grey and loveless. Actional step. Force your characters to choose between their safety and their partner's soul, and sending the world a message about love amongst the darkness. Homework. Outline your breaking point. What is the one thing the antagonist does to prove that the character's love is a liability? How do your characters turn that liability into a weapon? What are your characters' weak points? How do they resist the drive to kill their love? If you've done the homework for all 4 steps, you now have the skeleton of a revolutionary romance that terrifies a dystopia so much that it has to pull out all stops to fix the glitch in case it infects the whole system. Remember, the system wins when we are isolated. The romance wins when we connect and when we send a message about the value of human love. Writing a system-era romance is about showing that vulnerability is the ultimate strength. Whether your characters win or lose physically, their choice to love is the final victory over the machine. Which dystopian couple do you think had the most defiant love story if you've read both books? Let me know in the comments. Have you read any other books that successfully combine romance and dystopia in this way? If so, please share in the comments also. And please also let me know if you use these suggestions to write your own powerful romance dystopia. I'd love to check it out. And if you found these tips helpful, please like and subscribe for more content. And don't forget to check out the rest of our book writing tips series, which includes all sorts of tips to help you write a great novel, including nailing character development, writing with engagement, and tips on how to develop your plot and write your first page. I'll see you next time.